Alright, welcome back to IndieBox. Getting back to the backlog. I only got a couple left to do, so for this week, Armello. And as you may have noticed, the angle is a little different here. I'm trying something new again. I got a tripod for my phone, so hopefully this will, help things, look better. Anyway, I'm rambling, so let's just kind of get into this. So, Armello, it's got a bear, it's got a wolf, it's got a bun, it's a rat, it's got like a lion, it's like a hydra. Okay. So I'm just, I actually really like the art, and I'm just admiring it. So this was, I want to say December's IndieBox, so Armello is a grim fairy tale board game come to life, full of swashbuckling adventure, combining deep tactical card play, rich tabletop strategy, and RPG elements. Wage epic single and multiplayer battles, cast spells, hire agents, and prepare poisons and rules on your quest for the throne. It's like Game of Thrones, only with animals. I didn't say that. Kotaku said that. This is Kotaku's words. Alright, so it's a multiplayer game. So, alright, cool. Looks neat. It's like a board game, video game. So, alright, let's go ahead and pop this bad boy open and see what we got in there. Let's start with, I'm trying to start with the newsletter, because it makes sense to start with the newsletter since it lists everything in the box. So, what do we got in this one? Box, USB. I think this was the last one that had the cartridge-style USB. Manual, sticker, soundtrack. There's some cards. I guess they're like the cards that you have in the game. Cards. Okay. Banner patch. A pin. Cloth poster. And sticker, and of course the newsletter. So I want to say in this one they kind of had a thing where they talked with the different people who made the game, the like directors and stuff, and asked them like what inspirations they had. So Warhammer Chaos of the World, Talisman. I think this was digital board game Solium Infernum. So those might be worth checking out for me. I actually am a huge tabletop guy, and then just some random stuff about the whatever. So yeah, that's the newsletter. All right, so let's just kind of start pulling stuff out. All right, so these are those burn cards or whatever. So I guess these are like from like different factions or something, and I got some different cards here. They're I wonder if I can get them to... Yeah, okay. There we go. So you just kind of like... Yeah, they're those things where, like you move it and it changes what it is. So that's kind of cool. I hope that's showing up really nicely on the... Oh, gosh, gross. Alright. So there's those. That's kind of cool. I mean, I could probably get more excited about these after actually playing the game. Let's see. I want to keep them in the order they were stacked. So, just put those there. It kind of bothers me that they're bending so much. Like, I haven't really done anything with these. They're bending. Alright, what's next? Sorry, I'm like reaching awkwardly. Okay, so instruction manual. It's actually really pretty art. I'm loving the art for this. So, normal instruction manual stuff. Burning cards, winning the game. I would read through this, but I'll get all the tutorial I need from the game itself, I'm sure. Got that glare from the window is awful, but I need the natural light, otherwise you would not be able to see anything. Maybe I'll have to figure out like another way to set this up. Maybe change the angle on the camera, but like the table angle. Like instead of being like here, be like over here, like this. Okay, don't worry about it. I'll worry about it. I'm rambling again. All right, so moving on. So here's the soundtrack. This one I did open. If I remember right, this one I had to, like, it didn't have the soundtrack on the USB, so I did have to open it to install it. But that's fine. So, nice 19-track soundtrack. So, it's pretty cool. Then we got, here's the Armello sticker with those 4 characters from the box art and, you know, title. Next should be the IndieBox sticker. This one's kind of, let's see if I can get it in focus here. There we go. So this one's kind of cool because, like, instead of just being like a color and stuff based, it's, you know, like cut in image, again, of those 4 characters. Alright, what else we got here? Okay, so here's the pin of the logo. You know, I think this pin would be kind of cooler if it was, like, just the lion head. Like, that, I think, would have been awesome. And then here's the patch. So, I don't really know what to say about it. It's a patch. Alright. Then, we got this poster. I guess I should go ahead and open this up real quick. I'll try to be fast with this. But, hold on. Let me just do that, and you can kind of see the reflection in the soundtrack. Okay. Alright, so it's pretty big. What I'll do is I'll just lay it out on the table. There we go. That pretty much gives the idea of it, I think. So, alright, I'll worry about packing that up after I finish recording, because no one wants to watch me pack that up. And then, of course, the last thing is the USB cartridge, the last one that had these cartridge style. So, you know, like I've mentioned in like every other video, I really prefer these to like the new ones they have where it's the character. Like, the little characters are kind of neat, but like I like these. They're just, it's a nice little solid card, and you know, I could picture just having like just these like on display really nicely together. Whereas like, since the other ones are like little characters, it'd be a little harder to display them than it would be cartridges. That's all. Anyway, so yeah, that's it. That's the contents of the box. I did a little better on how quickly I did that. I even got to announce I have a tripod for my phone. So hopefully that looked better than previous ones. So, alright, I will boot up the game and see how I like it. And I'll get back to you in just a moment. Okay, so, Armello. I don't even know where to begin on this. So, as I'm pretty sure I mentioned while I was unboxing, this is a tabletop, like a virtual tabletop game, right? It's a board game and a computer game. So, of course, you know, you have rules like it's turn-based, you know, you're moving around a board. So, like, well, I guess I'll just kind of go through what it went through with the tutorial, right? Because that's all I really had time for my recording. It took an hour for the tutorial, which is probably my only complaint here. But it's understandable, being what it is. So, every turn you get 3 action points, and you use those to move. Moving into mountain spaces costs 2 action points. You can attack other, like, players, and there's like the king's guards that'll fight with you too. So yeah, movement's not too complicated. And then, so you have 3 different types of cards. So you got item cards, and that's going to be like equipments and stuff, and those will like give you more dice when you're attacking, or give you extra dice when you're encountering like traps and stuff. And then you got like trickery cards, which from what I can tell are usually like ways to attack other players, either by placing a trap somewhere or by like attacking them directly. So you got a few different currencies. Some cards will cost like prestige, so you have to have enough like influence, either from like completing quests or from like killing other heroes gets you prestige. And like I think each hero has a certain number of lives before they're done. And then you also have spell cards, and those seem to be like a mixture of like buffs and traps. So that's as much as I could really tell from the tutorial. So it seems to be it's 4-player, and then there's the king. So, you know, each player takes their turn, like working towards their quest or whatever, and then you get different bonuses as you go that like increase your stats. And generally you're working towards one of the 4 victory conditions. So from what I can tell, the victory conditions are kill the king to become the new king, get a higher corruption level than the king in order to kill the king using like his corruption value to get bonus dice, and you become like the new corrupted ruler. You can go for a political victory. So if the king dies from his rot, his like plague or whatever, then if you have the highest influence, the highest prestige, you win political victory. And then there's like these spirit stones that spawn. So if you get 4 spirit stones and you get into the castle and present and like confront the king or whatever, you like cure him of his plague, and that's the other victory condition. And I don't know, I'm not really sure what else I can say on that. It's kind of cool because there's 4 different victory conditions, which means, you know, different play styles. There's a lot of like unique mechanics with different board tiles. So like when you enter a settlement, you claim that settlement, and then so every other every turn cycle, it'll go from day to night. So during the dawn, so when it becomes day, you get 1 gold for like, you get paid. So you get gold from both your like home base or whatever, and then you also get gold from any settlements you own. So getting settlements has, you know, perks for that reason. There's also like forest tiles will stealth you, but only at night, so people can't see you when you're moving around in the forests. Mountain tiles cost twice as many points to enter, but they give you a defense boost when you're in them. Then there's swamp tiles that do a damage when you enter them. There's dungeon tiles that when you enter the space, you have a chance to find like treasure, but well, yeah, no, that's all there is. There's like one character who has a unique ability that like increases her chance of getting treasure. And that's the other thing, is each character has like their own unique like stat boost, their own like unique ability, so it actually matters what character you're playing as. They don't all play the same. And I find that kind of cool. There's of course the 4 characters that are shown on the like box art, and then there's 4 other characters from those same 4 clans: wolves, rats, rabbits, and bears. And yeah, so I kind of, you know, like I went through the tutorial and it seems like a really fun game. I didn't really have time to actually play through a full game. That's something I'll have to go back and do. But it seems really cool. I want to check it out. I want to maybe play it with some friends because it seems like it'd be a fun game to, you know, do multiplayer because of, like, you can set traps and, you know, there's, like, the political things and, you know, anyone who's played any, like, political, like, kind of world domination-y board game would probably enjoy this because that's the kind of feel I get from it.
I hate to use this example because like it's quoting the like Kotaku review from the box, but in a weird way it does make me think of the Game of Thrones board game. And like there's a lot of differences in the mechanics, obviously, but in like a fundamental way of like the theming of it, I think it kind of gives me that feel. I don't know, maybe it's just on my mind because of the Kotaku review, but for whatever reason, that board game comes to mind when I'm playing this. Also, like, Risk comes to mind, so which is, again, similar to the Game of Thrones board game. So, you know, it seems to have that sort of feel where, like, you're kind of vying for power and, like, there's benefits to having political domination because, like, every round the king will issue a law and whoever has the highest prestige, like, gets to choose between, like, the two laws which one goes into effect. So yeah, I can't really say much else about this. I'm going to go back and play a full game of it first chance I get. On that note, I will have the winner of the Assault Android Cactus giveaway in the description. For, you know what? Perfect thing for this week's giveaway. Favorite tabletop game. One of my favorites is Frag. If you've never heard of it or never played it, it's basically a first-person shooter in a board game. So, you know, you walk around the map, you pick up, like, different, like, armor, gear, like, power-ups. You pick up different guns, and you roll a bunch of dice at each other and blow each other up. It's a really awesome game. So, if you're a tabletop person at all, I'd say check out Frag. Otherwise, you know, just let me know, like, if there's any tabletop games you like, or if there's any other, like, virtual board games like this that are pretty fun. I know there's, like, a Wizard Duel one called, I think it's Chaos Reborn that I got. It's fun from time to time. It's actually kind of frustrating sometimes because I swear the computer cheats, but that's neither here nor there. Alright, yeah, I guess that's it. So, favorite board game for the Armello giveaway, Assault Android Cactus giveaway in the description. Be sure to, you know, spread the word, check out the Facebook, you know, do whatever you can to try to help the channel grow. And next week, I will see you with the last IndieBox that, from my backlog, and that'll be Nuclear Throne, and there should be 2 giveaways for that one as well. We'll see how I end up doing that. But yeah, so Nuclear Throne next week, and then I'll probably end up getting another IndieBox in the mail by the time I get around to that. So, you know, probably 2 more IndieBox videos, and then we'll be back to like the regular Mission Impressionables, and I might be able to start up some of my new stuff that I wanted to work on, like the top X and whatever. I'll get to that another time.